Apple plans iPhones years in advance, and the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max leaks are already shaping up to be some of the most exciting in years. If you're eyeing a 2026 upgrade, here's everything you need to know about Apple's next Pro iPhone's design. Display, performance, cameras, connectivity, colors, and more. Based on credible reports from the supply chain, Apple is expected to change its release rhythm with a two-phase rollout. Phase 1 lands in September 2026 with the iPhone 18 Pro, iPhone 18 Pro Max, and a foldable iPhone joining the lineup. Phase 2 follows in spring 2027 with the standard iPhone 18 and a more affordable iPhone 18 So if you want the best features first, mark late 2026 for the Pro models. Design-wise, the iPhone 18 Pro family should refine the familiar Pro language rather than reinvent it. Expect the same display sizes introduced with the iPhone 16 Pro generation, 6.3 inches on iPhone 18 Pro and 6.9 inches on iPhone 18 Pro Max. The rear camera arrangement stays Pro, a raised plateau with 3 lenses in a triangular layout. Where things get cleaner is the finish. Apple is reportedly updating its back glass replacement process so the ceramic shield, 2 back glass, and the aluminum frame match more closely in color. That means fewer two-tone edges and a more seamless, unified look in the hand. There's talk of a thicker iPhone 18 Pro Max coming in around 243 grams. That would make it the heaviest iPhone Apple has shipped to date, edging past the older 14 Pro Max by roughly 3 grams. Why add thickness? The most likely reason is a bigger battery. A slightly thicker chassis can house more capacity and improve thermal headroom, which helps with screen on time and sustained performance during gaming, 4K video capture, and intensive Apple Intelligence workloads. Up front, the conversation centers on the dynamic island. Some leaks claim Apple will push toward under-display Face ID with just a tiny pinhole camera, no island at all. Other reports say not so fast. The iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max will keep the dynamic island but shrink it significantly thanks to camera miniaturization. The consensus right now points to a smaller dynamic island in 2026, with a full no-island design coming later once under-panel Face ID and camera tech are ready for mass production. Apple is said to be testing new miniaturized front camera parts to make the cutout slimmer without compromising selfie quality or Face ID reliability. Under the hood, the iPhone 18 Pro lineup is expected to debut Apple's A20 chip built on TSMC's 2 nanometers process. A node shrink to 2 nanometers boosts transistor density, which Apple can translate into both speed and efficiency. Early targets suggest roughly a 15% jump in performance and around 30% better power efficiency versus the A19 in the iPhone 17 series. Select A20 variants are rumored to use TSMC's wafer-level multi-chip module packaging, integrating RAM directly on the same wafer as the CPU, GPU, and neural engine. That closer proximity can reduce latency, increase memory bandwidth, and improve responsiveness across the board, from pro apps and high frame rate gaming to on-device Apple Intelligence features. The result should be snappier multitasking, faster photo and video pipelines, and better battery life under mixed workloads. Connectivity is getting a major overhaul too. Apple is expected to include its own C2 modem in the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max, further reducing reliance on Qualcomm. The C2 follows the C1 and C1X chips and is rumored to bring faster speeds, improved power efficiency, and support for Wave 5G in the United States, something earlier in-house modems lacked. That means better peak throughput where Wave is available and smarter power management as the phone jumps between sub-6 GHz and Wave networks. It's part of Apple's long-term strategy to control the full silicon stack for tighter integration and consistent performance. Now, let's talk cameras, because this is where the iPhone 18 Pro story gets especially interesting. Reports say Samsung is developing a new triple-stacked image sensor, nicknamed PDT-R Logic, intended for the 2026 iPhone lineup. Historically, Sony has been Apple's sole image sensor supplier, so bringing Samsung into the mix would be a big shift in the camera supply chain. A triple-stack design can improve dynamic range, reduce noise, and speed up readout, which helps with everything from low-light photos to 4K and slow-motion video, even bigger for creators. The main 48-megapixel fusion camera on the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max is rumored to gain a variable aperture system. Today's Pro iPhones use a fixed f1.78 aperture on the main lens, with hardware blades that can physically open and close. The iPhone 18 Pro could widen the aperture to pull in more light at night, then stop down in bright scenes for deeper depth of field and sharper backgrounds. Think DSLR-style control on an iPhone, cleaner low-light shots, more flexibility for motion, finer control over subject isolation, and potentially better consistency across photo and video. If Apple ties this to smart metering and subject detection in Apple Intelligence, you could see smarter auto settings with manual overrides in Pro modes for creators who want full control beyond terrestrial networks. Apple is reportedly preparing a step toward full satellite connectivity. The iPhone 18 Pro series could add support for 5G non-terrestrial network satellite base, 5G that goes beyond today's emergency SOS features. The provider isn't confirmed, and real-world availability will depend on carriers, partners, and regulators. But the goal is clear. Give iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max a path to internet access even where cell towers can't reach. Expect a gradual rollout and limited coverage at first as the ecosystem matures. There's also a small but meaningful hardware tweak for photographers. Apple is said to be simplifying the camera control button. The current design uses a capacitive touch layer and a pressure sensor under a sapphire surface to handle taps, swipes, and different press levels. The new approach reportedly drops the capacitive layer and relies on pressure sensing to deliver the same half press to focus and full press to shoot behavior. The goal is to reduce costs and improve reliability without sacrificing functionality, which should also cut down on after-sales repairs tied to that component. Color options are getting a refresh too. Apple is reportedly testing 3 new finishes for iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max: burgundy, brown, and purple. Burgundy would be the first deeper red option for the Pro lineup. Purple calls back to the fan-favorite shade from a few years ago, and brown would be brand new territory for an iPhone finish. Coupled with that cleaner, more uniform back glass and frame color matching, the Pro models could look both fresh and understated. Put all of this together and you're looking at a very Apple kind of upgrade cycle. Refined industrial design, a smaller front cutout, a big step forward in silicon with the A20 on 2 nanometers, Apple's own C2 modem with a wave, meaningful camera hardware gains with a triple stack sensor and variable aperture, and early groundwork for satellite 5G. It's not just about flashy features, it's about tighter integration between hardware and software so the phone stays fast, cool, and efficient while pushing image quality and connectivity forward. Who should consider upgrading? If you're on an iPhone 14 Pro or older, the combined improvements: 2 nanometers performance and efficiency, a likely bigger battery in the Pro Max, smarter cameras with variable aperture, and stronger 5G could feel like a generational leap. If you're on a 15 Pro, 16 Pro, or 17 Pro, the decision will hinge on the features you care about most: a smaller dynamic island, Apple's in-house C2 modem with a wave, the new camera system, and the first steps towards satellite internet. For creators and heavy travelers, those upgrades may be worth the jump. As always, remember, these are leaks and plans can change before Apple's 2026 launch. But if the current roadmap holds, the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max are shaping up to be the most balanced blend of design polish, performance per watt, camera versatility, and next-gen connectivity we've seen from Apple in years. What are you most excited to test, the A22 nanometers power and memory on wafer design, the variable aperture camera, or a slimmer dynamic island with a path to under-display Face ID? Share your thoughts and stay tuned for more updates as the iPhone 18 series gets closer.